All right, welcome to our Facebook Live feed as we're coming to you every Monday at 12:30. Somebody from the team, normally it's going to be Hilgart that's doing this, but for this week, uh, it's going to be me helping you out. Hilgart is on a plane to go visit a client that's out of state, so with that, we want to make sure we don't delay because, as we said last week, we're in a highly volatile time. Right now, with election season and everything just really kicking off, we're seeing that the market has the possibility of reacting, and we want to make sure that we're staying in front of you guys as much as possible. So this allows us to get the information in front of you quicker than what we could do any other way. So we'll continue to come to you this way through Facebook Live. Now, on your smartphone or whatever device that you're using to watch right now, you can actually go online, and I'm going to pull up on mine, but you can go up online. It should notify you that there's actually a live video that's going on, and with that, you can hit share, and you can say that you want to actually start a watch party. That watch party just allows you to share with other people this information that we're coming to you live with. So we just want to do that so that we're getting this information in front of as many people as possible. So what exactly have we seen for the last few days? What we thought we were going to see by the end of last week was an agreement in Congress that we thought that the Senate was going to come to an agreement by Friday. President Trump had given them a deadline with that. Unfortunately, we kind of reached a stalemate where everybody said, no, we're putting their feet down. We're not going to go any further. Democrats said they would lower by $1 trillion. Republicans said they would step up by $1 trillion. Still kept them too far apart to be able to come to an agreement. So we went into the weekend. President Trump announced, hey, since you guys didn't come to an agreement yet, he's going to step up, and he said, signed those orders to be able to basically instruct what's going to happen. So what's included in those orders? Number one, a payroll tax deferral. It's not a tax cut. So this payroll tax deferral is through the end of the year for Americans who earn less than $100,000 annually. Now, President Trump has said that if he's reelected, he intends for this to be a permanent cut. There's some different things that happen with this. If this payroll tax deferral becomes a tax cut, this is the funding that actually goes towards Social Security. So they're going to have to move some things around in the budget to actually make everything still happen, but that's what's been proposed with this executive order. They are also increasing the unemployment insurance, so that went away last week, which was $600 a week that was going out to those unemployed due to COVID-19. They stepped that up, that they said it would be $400. So not the $600, but $400. The states have to accept that they themselves will pay 25% of that. So if the state says, no, we're not going to pay that, then the federal assistance will not kick in for those states. So we're going to see what states accept that, if that's going to be Florida that accepts this help or any other states, and what situation does that put us in. Also going to be suspending payments on some of the student loans still, and protecting renters from eviction from their homes. So some good things trying to help continue to spur the economy, basically saying, hey, nobody came to an agreement. We've got to do some things to help out. We'll see how this helps out long term, or if this is challenged in court. Congress does have the ability that they can challenge these orders that the president signed, the executive orders, and decide if they're constitutional or not. But we'll see. The market last week, up 2.45%. So even with all the uncertainty, everything that was going on, we still saw a positive lift in the market. So that was a nice little feeling with that, as far as seeing the movement in the market, even with all the uncertainty that we had. The market so far today, as I looked a little bit earlier before this recording, up about 0.5%. So really, let's just call it even. Everybody's kind of waiting with bated breath to see what happens. The Senate did not go on vacation as they had intended. They held over to try to come to an agreement this week. And we'll see if they do actually come to that agreement, so that the executive orders wind up being null and void. We don't need them because we wind up coming up with other solutions. We fully expect the next 3 months, it's going to be a bumpy ride, guys. So strap in tight, make sure that you've got that plan by your side, and you're ready to ride down the road and feel those bumps. We're going to help with the shock absorbers that we have in place. So for those of you that we've worked with for years, you know that we design our money to where we've got money that is ignore as far as risk, that we're just putting our head in the sand, we're ignoring it entirely. We've got money that we're paying attention to, we're proactively on a quarterly basis making changes, and then we've also got money that we're saying we want to move this to the transfer bucket. It's money that's protected from market loss. That's money like checking accounts, savings accounts, money market, looking at annuities, things that are principal protected, so we cannot lose that market loss. We want to make sure where we're using those and how does it affect your plan. When you have the plan to come back to, it always helps bring more certainty with that. This is a good time to be able to look for the next money that you need in the next 1 to 5 years. We need to take some risk off the table. So we can do that in a number of different ways, but if that's something you're concerned about, reach out to us so that we can schedule a phone call with myself, Hilgard, or Shay to be able to go through different options to pull risk off the table if it's money you know you're going to need in the next 1 to 5 years. We don't know necessarily the outcome of what November is going to be. We had a strong feeling Trump was going to be reelected. We still feel like that's a strong possibility, but with the polls and the numbers that are coming out, we still leave some uncertainty there. So we want to make sure, how is that going to affect the market and how's that going to affect your money? Your money that you're concerned about is, what am I going to be using in the near future? Money that's 5+ years out from now, we have time for recovery there. It's money that we can experience more of that up and down. But money I need in the near future, you always hear us talk about that funnel. We want to make sure that we take the risk off of the table with that. Arrange your money so that it's ready when you need it. I also want to make sure to let you know we're returning to those in-person events. Hilgard told you last week, I'm excited to say that with our event that'll be downstairs at Ocean Prime, that's next Tuesday and next Thursday, we are almost at full capacity with COVID restrictions. So the room will have much less people in it than what it could normally hold under normal circumstances, but we're using all the appropriate restrictions as far as spacing. So we do have some room left on Tuesday night. If we have a fantastic response, we're in talks with the location so that we might be able to do an additional overflow night. But we have to wait and see with the response. But we are almost fully booked for both of those nights. If you would like to come and you're a client of ours, this is a perfect opportunity to bring a guest with you. If you're already a client, you've heard these items before, but with a guest, they're going to hear for the first time how we help people out. What do we do to assist them? This is our way of being able to basically say, hey, no pressure, no obligation, hear what we do, how we help families out, just like you, and if you're interested, raise your hand and we can set a time to meet. If you're not, enjoy the dinner and go on your way. If you're not a client with us and you're watching this, you're more than welcome to come, but you do need to set that reservation. So you can call us at 407-299-4129. Speak to Susan. She will unlock that for you so that you can have a seat at the event. We just need to get some basic information to make sure that we've got that set for you and any dietary restrictions. Lastly, I just want to make sure that everybody knows you're always welcome to a 15-minute conversation that we can help you out with questions going on in your world. There's a lot of uncertainty. For those of you that have kids that are going back to school, or maybe you're a teacher with OCPS, there's a lot of uncertainty of how everything's going to work. Hopefully today has went well here on this Monday the 10th, with it being the first day back to school, but it's a new way of doing things. So we know with that there's always pain and frustration. With retiring during an economic event that we've had, the magnitude of this year of 2020, there's a lot of new things that have been experienced for many people. This is not a time to try to guess of what to do. We want to make sure that you've got a solid plan to take you through and help you out. Somebody that's been there, done that before. Somebody that's experienced these ups and downs. So we're here to help you out. So I want to wrap up today just to say thank you. Thank you for being clients of ours. Thank you for families that we've been able to assist. And we want to continue making a difference in our community. So I look forward to seeing you guys out at our next events. We've got a volunteer day coming up at Second Harvest Food Bank this Friday. Again, you can call the office if you'd like a spot for that. We're going to be at the Big Brothers Big Sisters golf tournament this Friday morning as well. So busy week for us, but we want to make sure that we're out and helping the causes that we care about. I wish you all a good day and have a pleasant week.